Right off the bat. Right off the bat, I'm seeing it wasn't a good apology because as I'm looking at my subscription box, I see Vosh posted Andrew Callaghan's pathetic apology. Oh, should we jump into it, chat? I kinda wanna jump into it. I kinda wanna. Yeah, you know what? Let's go. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's watch it. Let's go. Top of the stream shit. Normally I wait at least 45 minutes to an hour before I jump into shit, but let's go. Fuck it. Let's pop right off.
I never thought I'd make a video like this, but I think there's an important conversation to be had, and I just want to be fully accountable, honest, and transparent with all of you guys. So I'd like to start by thanking every single person who's came out in the past week to speak about different ways in which my behavior has made them feel uncomfortable or pressured.
Has it made them feel that way? Has it made them feel that way? Maybe they should change how they feel.
During a sexual situation, and to people who said that I've made unwanted advances and had a hard time with rejection. I'm sure this was not easy to do. It's never easy to speak out, and it was hard for me to hear as well because, to be honest with you, up until this point, I didn't even really realize that I had this pattern.
Come on! I just don't believe people are this out, like, unaware of their behavior. No shot!
That had affected multiple people. I'd also like to
Really?
apologize for my silence. I think that when this stuff first came out, I was in a state of denial and shock. I was, just riding the high from my movie that just came out, and then within 48 hours, I was denounced by my closest collaborators.
You were denounced. This is bad. This is bad. I know who he's talking about. Most likely, I think I know who he's talking about in his head, and I don't know the person, but what that person said, if I were to know this person, I know what this person said, and all this person said was that the victims deserve a voice. I know who he's talking about, and I know who he is most bitter about. Maybe two people, but one of them I know. I don't know them.
And my name was printed in 40 different news outlets next to the words sexual misconduct, and I just kind of spiraled into a mental health crisis.
That was the lightest! Sexual misconduct is the softest way to explain what you did, and that made you spiral. You know what? We never hear victims like this. Do you guys notice that? We never hear victims spiraling out of control. Like, we know it happened. We're aware of it happening. But their mental health is never put front and center. Do you guys notice that? Do you guys notice that victims never get to sit there and say, I had to check into a mental ward. I couldn't believe what happened to me. It's so strange. So fucking wild to me. Wait, why is that a shocker? Well, I don't understand the joke. There was nothing in his content that indicated that he was a serial assayer.
Crisis. I'm okay now, but I don't really think this is about me. This is about the people that I've affected. So I just want to express my complete sympathy, respect, and support for anyone who I've done wrong by. And I really want to do better and be fully accountable for everything that I've done. So that being said, I want to make a few things clear. I've always taken no for an answer.
So they're lying, right? They're lying.
As far as consent, I've never overstepped that line. But, I think I want to have a more nuanced and important conversation about power dynamics, pressure, and coercion. Because, like I said, I think for a long time,
He did take no for an answer because he kept trying to convince the girls to say yes, at least for one of those instances.
Was normal. I thought that, going home from the bar alone made you a loser. I thought that persistence was a form of flattery, and I thought,
yeah, that's fucking still are, man.
That, if at first somebody was reluctant, they're playing hard to get, just try harder. And if you think someone's feeling you, make a physical advance and see if they go with it. And I think that, especially I realized when so many young people, especially young men, rushed to defend me when this stuff first started coming out, that this type of sex pest behavior is normalized. And a lot of people think this stuff is normal when I don't think that it is. And I think that I want to be fully responsible for not having a fluid understanding of consent and what enthusiastic two-way consent looks like. That being said, a lot of the things that have been said online about me are not true. A lot of things are missing. Really important.
I do think that this is fair. I do think that there were people like being like a friend of a friend said this about Andrew Callaghan. I do think that this point is true. I think a lot of people were just like, I heard from a friend of a friend. Now I have that Doja Cat song in my head. I heard from a friend of a friend that that dick is a 10 out of 10. I think that's the lyric. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. I don't know. Okay, anyway, back to consent. No, you know what? 100%. Call me Brad. I will give you that. There are women who play hard to get because they've been taught that that's how they should act. But you still don't push that, you know? 100%. You are right. It does happen. It does happen. Now, there were instances in which the girls were not playing hard to get in this scenario. Probably most, if not all of them. But it happened. But I think if women want that, they need to step into their, I don't know, this sounds weird, step into their power, I guess. If you want what you want, stop resisting, you know? I think both sides, I mean, men obviously need to learn more because they're they're the aggressors. Not both sides, but the women that are taught that need to unlearn that. And that doesn't make them responsible in any way for anything at all. But it is something that women and femmes and girls do need to unlearn. Now, it doesn't happen as much. Dark feminine power. Okay, that's funny.
Change people's interpretation of a lot of these situations, but I'm not here to invalidate anybody's lived experience. If you feel pressured, you know, that's just what it is. I hope that young people and young men in particular can use my mistakes to learn and move through life with a better understanding of consent. As far as what I have planned, I'm not really sure what comes next. I mean, obviously, you know, reporting is my one true love, and I'm 25 years old, and I have my whole life ahead of me.
God, he is
but
young.
I really think that I need to do some serious work on myself.
Yes.
And figure myself out. So I'm going to start therapy sessions pretty much immediately.
Woo!
Also, not to blame alcohol, but I truly believe that alcohol was a contributing factor to my poor decision making.
Fair enough.
And I think that alcohol in general has had a devastating impact on my life. So I think I'm going to make the decision to join the 12-step program for Alcoholics Anonymous. And during this journey into sobriety,
you can just stop drinking.
I want to take a serious step back from public life and, like I said, figure myself out. And I hope that this reaches the ears of anyone who's felt affected by me.
Okay.
I'd love to reach out to you.
This is a start.
You can reach out to me even just for me to say I'm sorry, and I really apologize, and I appreciate you all. I also want to apologize to my closest collaborators, you know, my friends, my family, and people who will have to wear this stain on their career forever. You guys don't deserve this, and I love you guys.
You know what? The start. This is a very, could have been better, for sure.
That being said, if you never want to watch Channel 5 again, I understand. I hope you remember the missions of radical empathy and media literacy that we have tried to put into the world through our coverage. All right, that's all I want to say.
Okay, here's my take, obviously. Most people who do these types of acts will never even admit it to themselves. Or they'll admit it to themselves but never say it out loud. That is a solid first step. Could have been better, but that is a solid first step. I do think that some people are just lying about Andrew Callaghan because that's what people do. They'll latch onto a story about someone who has enough influence and clout and be like, and just make up shit, you know. For me, I'm not as big as Andrew Callaghan, and it's happened to me. It's crazy what people will do. So I've seen that happen, you know, in TikTok comments. People have been like, oh, Andrew, friend of a friend, blah, 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 said this about Andrew. But this is a solid start. Hopefully, we see continued ownership of his actions and continued change from Andrew Callaghan. What I also appreciate is he's not like, I'm going to contribute to a victims fund or, you know, the Sexual Assault Association, whatever. That shit to me is annoying. And it just shows me you're not serious. I appreciate that. I am a perfect human being. It's a start. And you will never find a victim whose aggressor has taken ownership. It doesn't happen. I agree, TOS. I agree. Feels like a PR stunt, and I appreciate that he didn't do that. Nothing he did felt like a PR stunt. It felt like he still was kind of like a little defensive, which is fine. It was a step in the right direction. He's gonna stay quiet, I think, for months. I think for me, I'm gonna give you my reaction and my response. I think for me, I will give it time, see how he reacts. I'm not writing Channel 5 off completely. I still think Channel 5 does good things, you know? I still think it's good content, brings a lot of light into the world. I do think that. Andrew Callaghan as a person has some growing to do. It's going to be very painful for him. It's going to be very painful for him. Even this is a painful admission he had to make to himself and then make to the world. I do. The shit gets drilled into dudes. Unfortunately, yeah. If she's into your persistence, if you can tell that she likes your persistence. God, I hate saying it. It's all vibes based. If she's ignoring your text messages or ignoring or like turning away from you at the bar or like, I don't know, maybe women have just like been more in tune with people's body language. Because all I have to say, it's a body language. There's like things you have to pay attention to for people's body language. That like, yeah, just pay attention to body language. It is important. Consent, reading the room, reading body language are like all important things with pursuing someone. Dating, with hookup culture. That's also what I'm saying. Just don't have sex. Don't have sex. Cleanse your body. Cleanse your body, okay? Don't have sex. Cleanse your body of all sins. Having sex is immoral. It's disgusting. Body is a temple that no one belongs inside of or around. Don't do it, okay? Here's me. The next time you think about having sex, look at my face. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop. Stop it. Squirrel. Let's consider sex now. No!